today.
There we are. Now we're live. Now we can hello everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for those of you who come back and watch the replay. Oh, let me delete that. Turn this thing off. Okay. Hi. What I did not do is bring me up on the phone so I can see what we look like. What do we look like? I've been busy looking at videos. I've been busy researching. I'm researching.
Perfectly fine.
Because, I don't have enough to do, but I'm thinking of 4,700 other things.
Yeah, I know. I have so many projects that have gone by the wayside because I keep picking up new things while telling myself you need to finish the things that you've got. And I do want to finish them eventually, but there's just so many bright, shiny new things out there.
I know. Okay. Everybody make sure and go thummy up. But I'm trying to get to where I can look at chats. Okay, this is strange. Okay. Mm-hmm. Normally you got the little button that you push so you can see all chat. That's not on here tonight.
So it doesn't have top chat, all chat.
Yeah, it's just top. I don't have the option to do all. Oh, good Lord.
I'll see if I can.
That's weird. That is weird. However, I did want to look at something because I'm not entirely sure, but I think perhaps, yes. Did you guys notice I was able to upload a video today? Hello, Miss Pinky. For the first time in weeks,
Hey, Pinky.
I was able to upload a video.
Wow. A few people seem to have been having trouble uploading videos in that it takes hours upon hours.
Days.
Yeah.
I have not been able to. Well, it's been a month since I uploaded a video because it just wouldn't. I had given up. I was ready to quit YouTube. I was done.
Wow.
And that's why my Christmas countdown thing stopped, because I could not upload a video. It just wouldn't happen. And I was absolutely at my wit's end. And then yesterday, I thought, well, I wanted to make my announcement. I'm going to give it one more try. And it just went boop, and it uploaded in about 5 minutes.
Do you think there may have been problems because of the hurricanes that have happened?
No, because it was way before that.
Okay.
It was way before that. And I've done it. Well, and see, Pinky, the thing is, I've done them here. I've done them at work. I've gone to other places. I was even in a different state and couldn't upload it. I truly believe it was something about YouTube hating me. Because this has been going on for a long time. Weeks and weeks and weeks where it would take me 2 or 3 days to upload a video.
Wow.
And or I would do 2 or 3 videos and one of them would pop right up and the other one would just spin. And I would have to delete it and do it over and delete it and try again and delete it and try again. And finally I would have to just throw the thing away and redo the video. And maybe it'll pop up, maybe it won't. I have no idea why. And if
what definition do you do your videos in?
I'm sorry?
What definition do you do your videos in?
Oh, aren't you cute asking funny little questions like that?
So like 720, 1080. Okay. I was thinking if the resolution's too high, it takes longer because it's a larger file. Go down to 240, something like that, where people can't watch it because you're all pixelated, but it'll load super fast.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just keep crocheting here and close my mouth for a little bit. Huh?
I mean, it worked fine for 4 years, and then all of a sudden it just quit working. So,
yeah.
I don't know. But I was ready to quit. I was ready to be done. And then I thought, well, I'm going to give it one more try. And I had decided that I would do my video at the shop, because usually I do my videos on my other phone because that's all I use it for, because it's got a better camera than the one the use. And so I thought, I'm going to do my video, leave my phone there so I'm not interrupting the upload, because it takes hours and hours to upload. And then I'll go back next week, because once it uploads, I can do the work behind the scenes work anywhere once it uploads. It's the upload that it won't do. And so I thought, I'll just try that. But I didn't have that phone with me. See, now I don't have this pattern memorized yet. So then, but I did it on my regular phone, and then I set it down and went and helped a customer, and I came back and it was uploaded. Like, couldn't have been 5 minutes.
And what video did it upload?
So single crochet.
Are you doing the textured block?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am too. And I just realized I've only got 2 double crochets where there should be 3 right at the end of the row. I'm not going back. It's it's really forgiving, because if you miss, like I did, just do 2 instead of 3, doesn't matter, because you're skipping over those anyway to single crochet in the front post. So that's why I like this. It's so forgiving.
Yeah. You're not monetized, Pinky, as long as you've been on? Do you not have enough watch hours? That doesn't seem right.
No.
Hi, Linda. I didn't say hi to anybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Linda.
Hello,
and Amy,
everybody.
I believe, is here.
So, Cheryl, show me yours. You show me yours, and I'll show you mine.
Because okay. We need to exit the studio.
Yeah. Yours looks a little. Yours is. I should have used a bigger hook. I wasn't sure.
Yes, I'm using a. Hang on, how long are my arms? 5.5 millimeter with the Premier Gradient yarn, which is
that's a 4-weight. Okay, see, I used a 4.5 with a 3-weight. So that seems appropriate, but yours seems
looser, more drape.
Yeah. More
see. You might find once it gets a little bit longer, you might find it's got a bit more drape, because mine's longish at the moment, like getting there.
Yeah. I think I like it though. I don't think I want it any looser.
So with a 3-weight, I think going up to a 5 might be a bit big, but it depends on the 3-weight as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this isn't a particularly thick 4-weight.
And this is a heavy
gradient.
This is a heavy 3-weight.
Yeah.
It's a nice 3-weight.
Oh, of all the things, I can't find the tag for it now. There it is. Under that. So this has got nothing there. Oh, okay. 200 grams, 330 meters. So that would be
330 meters. So that's 115 per 100 grams. Let's see what I have.
165 per 100 grams. Yeah, that's an okay.
I have
165 meters per 100 grams. That's
I don't have meters. I have 246 yards for 100 grams.
Okay. Oh, 246. That's almost a fingering weight.
No.
Well, did you say 246? Oh, yes, that's a 3-weight. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe it just looks thinner.
Yeah, it doesn't feel thin, though. It's very, very nice. It's very substantial.
Oh, that's your one that you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
This is the Premier Gradient. Oh, I guess I have to pretend I'm looking at someone else's finger when I look here. And, yeah, it's probably between a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, this is really nice.
So, yeah, I wouldn't go up.
Okay. I'm just going to, well, I'm not going to now because I'm like, 2 inches into it. And so it's a bag a day pattern, right?
Yes, it's they're Crystal's twisted blocks.
Textured block.
And it's a 2-row repeat, and it's so easy because this row I've just completed is chain 2, skip 3, single crochet all the way along, and then the rest is just double crochets and a front post double crochet. So it looks like that on the front, and on the back it's not bad.
Looks nice on the back too.
Yeah.
See how hers is much more open, I guess is the word.
Yes.
And it could be that you're a looser crocheter than I am as well.
It could be too.
So you guys are getting a sneak preview because this beautifulness, do you guys like it? I feel like my color isn't very good today. My lighting isn't very good. This is the Sasquatch yarn. Did everybody see my video this morning?
No, I slept in.
This is the Sasquatch yarn. This is my very, 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 very own yarn, you guys. And I needed to work something up real fast so I could show what it looked like worked up. And this is the ball. This is what it looks like balled up. And it's so pretty. And we were just talking that, and I did this on the Addy. I did the hat on the Addy, and I don't love it as much. I don't love it as much knit as I do crocheted. I think the colors are more, when the light source is behind do what? The color shows better when my light is behind. So put the light back here. Is that what you're telling me?
No, behind your camera. So
put it back here.
This is the camera and this is you. Put the light behind.
Put the light towards my eyeballs. Is that what you want to see? You want to see me blind myself?
I think one of the things with that knitted.
Well, now I've killed it. I killed my light.
Is that it looks like just about every other knitted hat that's done with variegated yarn. In the way it pulls.
Oh yeah, that is more better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's much brighter. Thank you, Bridget.
Hi, Sue.
So that's knit. That's just throwing it on my knitting machine real fast because it would take me a year to knit something. And then this is crocheted. Oh gosh, that looks much better.
It does.
Thank you, Bridget. And what Cheryl and I were just saying is how nice for the men in our lives. So much of the time we struggle to find something that looks good for the guys. And I think we may have found it. It's got just the touch of blue and just the touch, like right here. There's the tiniest touch of blue and the tiniest touch of red, but the browns and the beiges and the greens just look so nice together, and they don't get lost in this. And you can still see the stitch definition. So let me show you what an actual skein looks like. I brought some in, and then wait till you guys find out what I figured out today. Oh, the heavens opened. It was delightful. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay. So this is the fingering weight, and this is so cute. Wait till you see her. So the lady who creates the yarn is called Havasum Yarn because it's her Havanese dogs. Aren't they so cute? And I met her at the Yarny Social. She was one of the other vendors at the Yarny Social, and she does hand-dyed yarns, obviously. And so this was the fingering weight. Look how beautiful. See, there's that red in there. And then here's some more of the speckles up here. And Bridget, you know how hard it is to get this stuff looking good. So pretty. So the fingering weight is 75% superwash. And yes, this would work up lovely for that. and 25% recycled nylon, which I'd not heard of before. And so for the fingering weight, it has 437 yards per 100 grams. And then I got it in, nope, that's worsted. The DK, which is what I'm working with right now, and that's 246 yards and 100 grams. So this is the DK, of course. Oh, and with the fingering, it suggests that you use a US 4 knitting needle. Now, I'm going to talk to this lady and tell her I want crochet hook sizes on these labels because the majority of my customers are crocheters. So, see what she.
So US 4 is a 3.5.
3.5. She might tell me to take a flying leap.
No, it can't be any more work to
add that.
It's usually only half a millimeter, a bit larger. Like if it's a
millimeter to a millimeter. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
And then the DK is 246 and 100 grams, and it says to use a US 5 to 7. 5 to 7.
5 to 7, yes, I would agree with that.
And then the worsted is also superwash merino, and it's 219 yards for 100 grams, and it says a US 8.
US 8, 5. Yeah, I'd probably even go up to a 6, a 10 in knitting, depending on what I was thinking.
This adorable sticker on there of her puppy dog.
I love that sticker, yeah.
And she told me where she ordered these stickers, so I'm going to order some Sasquatch yarn stickers. So cute. So cute. So I'm just in love with this yarn. And I'm especially in love with how it's working up. Now, I was the teensiest. It's not as soft in the skein as I had hoped, but as soon as I worked this up, I threw it in the washing machine with about 3 drops of LOC. Couldn't be any softer. Super soft after I gave it just a quick wash. You definitely can smell animal. You can tell this is a wool yarn. There's definitely wool. But even that is starting to fade a little bit. After I worked it up on, when did I get this? Sunday night. I got this Sunday night and I worked it up Monday night. Might have been Tuesday even, because I picked up Terry from the hospital on Wednesday. So it might have been Wednesday night that this doesn't smell bad at all. It's definitely getting fainter.
That'll go. Yeah, I definitely see that. And I even see that as a guy's jumper, knitted jumper. Sweater. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wouldn't this look nice for Dennis's vest that I keep promising him?
Did you say that you were going to try and get solids of some of the colors that are in there?
So I'm going to do a sock set. I'm for sure going to talk to her about a sock set. But it's not going to just be this color. She's got, her colors are absolutely out of this world. I had to start somewhere, you know.
Yes.
And so because there's a minimum order, just like with anything else. So I had to get my minimum order in, and this is what I was focusing on here. And once I sell some of this, then I'll have the money to order some more things from her.
Yes. So I was thinking a vest with either the darker green or the brown as the ribbing. So it's all variegated here, and then the single for the ribbings.
Yeah, almost like a sock set. Yeah. That would be very pretty. That would be super pretty. But I'm doing on pricing, I'm going to do the same price for everything, even though it's a little different. You know, when you're buying it, it's a little different. But I'm just across the board. They're all going to be $23. Now, I don't know, because I haven't talked to her yet. Like with a sock set, if it's significantly different in price, I don't know how that works. There's more work involved. So I don't know if those are priced up differently. But I do know there was something when because she also does the minis where you get a set of 5 different colors that all coordinate. Those did cost quite a bit more, but that's a lot more work, right, Bridget?
Yeah, I agree, Bridget, that, something you don't, if you're experienced, you don't really need to know what hook or needle to use. But I think there are a lot of people who aren't confident in choosing and like somewhere to start.
Yeah, I like to have a starting point. Yeah. So
catering for all.
So just across the board, they're going to, so far, hello, Lisa. So it's going to be $25 a skein. No, $23 a skein, just across the board. All of the weights are going to be the same. Again, once we talk sock yarns or, any of that kind of, not sock yarn, sock sets or any of the other things, those could be different. But just the basic, the Sasquatch yarn colorway, right? They're time consuming. Yeah. Because you got to wrap them all and fold them all and all the things. So these ones, the worsted, the DK, and the fingering are all going to be $25. $23. I keep saying $23. Now, I can get sport weight. I did not order sport weight because I never get asked for it. But if somebody wants a sweater quantity of sport weight, I will order it for you. The minimum would be 8 skeins because that's my minimum.
I generally don't see much difference between fingering weight and sport weight.
Right. So,
I don't really go looking for those ones. Either I don't go looking for sport weight.
No,
which I think we used to call a 5-ply. My mother-in-law used to always crochet her blankets with 5-ply, which is sport weight.
Sport weight. Oh, okay. Now, the cool, exciting, wonderful thing that happened today over and above this. So, and Bridget, I don't know if you have the same problem that I have, is scammers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So every week, every 2 weeks, I will get people that waste a couple hours of my time on sending me messenger messages and asking a bunch of questions. And in the end, it ends up they're scammers. But what we found out today, and it's going to make it so much easier for anybody that wants to buy anything, because what I tell you guys all the time is I don't know how / I don't have the time to get every single thing listed on the website, especially the earrings, because I have 1 pair or I have maybe 2 at the outside. And by the time I take half an hour to get something built and listed on the website and it's sold and it's gone and I don't have it again.
Yes.
And so what I'm doing, and you guys know, I throw stuff up because I can throw it up real quick on Insta and you see it and you go, yep, I want that. Boom. And then we got to figure out the whole payment thing. Now I can send an invoice to you through the website. It's all legal on the up and up. And I get that all day, every day, Bridget. So it's all legal and on the up and up. It shows up everywhere and that it's supposed to. And it's all protected. So I don't have the people who's trying to take advantage of me and, skirt outside the lines. And it's just run through the website. And, all the payments are run through the website and it's all the regular payment options. And I'm just sending you an invoice instead of you saying, I want this item and boom, 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 you've got a bill for it. You tell me I want this item and I go boom, 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 and I send you an invoice. So that way, something that, like for instance, this yarn isn't on there yet. You tell me I want a skein of the fingering weight. Perfect. I can send you an invoice. You pay me. I throw it in the mail. Done and done.
Yeah.
So that's going to help tremendously for that stuff that I can't get. I can't get loaded on the website. So it's going to be super nice. And now the website is linked to Instagram. I don't know how that works. I don't know what that means. I just know it's a thing.
Has your IT lady checked it out?
She said, I've got it linked for you. And I'm like, okay. But we didn't have time to mess with it today because I had to go to the fabric store.
Sort of a related topic. You know, the ones that say that there are data brokers who have got your data, and you can, if you join up, I think Malwarebytes has got a identity protection or identity theft preventer. And there's these other ones that'll say check to see, you know, you can do it for 14 days, check who's got your information. So for me, did one through someone that I trusted, that I thought would be, you know, genuine. I have been getting so many spam emails for package delivery. You've won this prize, you've won that prize, confirm your details. And on my Yahoo account, you can have 500 blocked senders. I must be getting there because I have to keep blocking everyone. And they've got these stupid, ridiculous email addresses like KZ5443333 at whatever. I think, yeah, you're a real person. And I don't open them. I just immediately block them because some of them have trackers inside that they can see how you interact with their email. So if you open it, they know we've got a live email account.
Oh, no.
If you try and unsubscribe, they go, well, we've got a live email account. So, they just go straight to blocking.
It's even worse if you try to unsubscribe.
Yes. But I couldn't believe it. And I can't think what it, because this is about a month ago now. And it was about a week after that I started getting all of these weird ones. And I can't think who it was. It was one of the well-known ones. And I thought, well, so much for your free trial. Now you've given my email to everyone. Probably need to use your service. But I'm not going to because I'm more determined just to block them.
Yeah, it's awful. Oh.
So how is Trish doing?
I'm sorry?
How's Trish doing? Your friend Trish?
Oh, Terry.
Terry, sorry.
Terry. She's home from the hospital. Boy, it was just one thing after another in the hospital. I don't even know. But she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow with the oncologist, and I'm going with her. And I was just working on my list of questions before we came on here. So she actually looked really good today. I went over there and she looks great.
That's good.
She's weak and she's tired, but she looks really good. And she said she felt good. So that was something. But we have a lot of questions.
Amy, I do have Gmail for my Me, You and Yarn email account. I rarely go there. I don't get any spam in there at all. This is my Yahoo account that I have been using since 1990 something, and it doesn't have an auto unsubscribe. But again, I wouldn't want them to know, like an auto unsubscribe is still an unsubscribe. And the only way that usually happens is if it's an active account. So I don't want them getting a whiff that it's an active account at all.
You know what I don't understand about those things is, the junk email. So and I don't even usually look at my junk email unless I'm expecting something and I didn't get it. But I'll go in there like I did it today, and there'll be stuff in there from people that I open their accounts all the time. So I'm like, why did that go to junk email today? Yes. You know, I don't understand.
Yahoo often gets it right, but sometimes it's like, well, I'll find one of your emails in the spam folder.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? I've got your address in my book. In my contacts list.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I also have on Yahoo, you can sort emails by certain words in the subject or from a certain person. And I was getting Bitcoin stuff all the time. Everything was Bitcoin. So I put in a thing to block everything that said Bitcoin and send it straight to the bin. Never worked. And same with other ones wanting me to enlarge a piece of anatomy that I don't even have.
right.
It's like, so you put that in and it's like, nope, they still come through. And you think, well, what's the point?
All the time.
Yes. But yeah, I wasn't going to change my Yahoo account because, like I said, I've been using that for 30 years. And I couldn't even tell you who has it that I really want to have it. I have started opening up one at Tutanota and Proton Mail. They're very secure one. They don't give you information to anyone. Well, there you go.
Ugh. So many messages.
So I still haven't done any more on my anthology blanket. It's just been sitting in the...
Mine's finished.
Oh, mine's finished.
I actually went to my knitting group, one of my knitting groups this afternoon. And I was telling them about the ugliest blanket in the world. And they're like, no, I'm sure it isn't. I'm like, oh yeah, it is. But that's okay. I'm very pleased, and it's finished, and it's warm. Boy, is it warm. And boy, did I learn a lot.
And that's the main thing.
And that was, that was the whole point of doing it.
And it wasn't super expensive yarn or anything, so it's not like it broke the bank.
In fact, it was all yarn I had in my stash. So I didn't buy anything to do it. Right, I think I bought one skein of the multicolor as I was running out. Hello, Miss Cynthia.
Oh, hi, Cynthia.
Miss Cynthia, I have something for you. Finally, 2 months later. You guys, I have been sewing up a storm. Because, I can't sleep at night. I don't know why I didn't just call you, Cheryl. 3 in the morning.
Yeah. 3 in the morning is probably a reasonable time here. In the morning. Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
So this is probably the first time I've picked up a crochet hook in a few days at least. Had a couple of medical things going on, nothing serious.
Yeah, did they get you figured out?
Yeah, it's got things figured out. Although it was really weird. So I went in because I thought I had a UTI. They took a sample, did their little dipstick. No, you don't have a UTI, but we'll send it off to pathology anyway. Okay, so they sent it off to pathology, went back 3 days later. No, you don't have a UTI. Okay, that's great. Because I do get them occasionally with no symptoms. But this time I did have a symptom or two. So no. And then the next day the doctor rang me and said, yes, you do have a UTI. It grew a bug overnight. So this was Friday at 5 o'clock. And he sent me an e-script for some antibiotics. He said, they're best taken at night. And I'm thinking, do I dash into town now? But the thing is that a few days before that, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning with vertigo, just the room spinning and spinning and spinning, which I do get as well occasionally. I haven't had it for a long time. So all week, it's like if I put my head down like this, or if I put it back, you know, when you're taking the last bit of your drink, it's sort of all the room would be spinning. But fortunately, Steve's recovering from his operation enough that he could do the bending and the
now it's your turn.
It's my turn now. So he's doing well as well. So yeah, it's been really crazy. I haven't crocheted for, like I said, a few days because I couldn't look down without getting dizzy. What am I doing
That's
here?
something when you're too sick to crochet.
I know.
That was
I probably could have knitted if it was just stocking stitch or garter stitch because I don't need to look at that. But I didn't know. Oh, so Cynthia's out and about on Tuesday if you want to catch up.
Well, I might be going to St. Mary's on Tuesday. And I don't know what time yet because this is funny. So, you know, Facebook Marketplace, I never go on Facebook Marketplace, but somebody on there is selling some mannequins, the stand-up like store mannequins for $20, which is incredibly cheap. And I sent out the thing real quick. Do you still have these? Do you still have these? And then I realized they were in St. Mary's, which is, you know, a good hour each way. And they responded to me and they're like, yes, we still have them. And I'm like, and I said, okay, I just realized you were in St. Mary's. I'm in Spokane. And I said, so I gave him the shop address and I said, can you map this and tell me how far it is to you? Because, you know, sometimes that thing will say St. Mary's area and then it could be an hour past there.
Yes.
And so she responded back and said, it's 55 minutes. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not bad. And so
I guess the mail them to you.
Life-size mannequins on a stand. No.
FedEx.
And so then I told him, and then he said, is this for Halloween? And I said, no, I have a little store and I need a mannequin. And I sent him the link to the store and he goes, okay, I have this and I have this and I have this and I have this and I have this. And he goes, I think you might be able to use several things. So he must have had a little shop of some sort that he's closing down. And he's got shelf units and bins and baskets. And I'm like, oh, now I'm getting very excited. And so then right at that same time, I told him, I said, I was going to see if I could get Morgan to go down there on Friday. And then with everything going on with Terry and everything, I kind of forgot about it. And so I contacted him. He said he was going to be out of town all weekend. And I said, oh my gosh, I completely forgot. And can I come down on Tuesday? Because I'm taking Terry to the doctor on Monday. And he said, yep, no problem. So I think I'm going. Oh yeah, I could stop in Coeur d'Alene because we got to go through Coeur d'Alene to get to her.
No,
you need to come to the shop, Cynthia.
You do not.
You don't.
No, you go right down 97 down here. You go
I guess I don't go to Coeur d'Alene. I live a mile from you, Cynthia. It is not hard to get to your house.
Over there.
You'd think it was, as long as it takes us to connect.
So is it 55 minutes away highway driving or city driving, traffic?
He mapped it. Plus, I want to see you open it to see how pretty it is. So pretty. It's the prettiest one I've ever done. That's how pretty it is, Cynthia.
Now, I'm quite keen to see it. You'd have to send me a picture surreptitiously so no one knows. Don't tell anyone.
Boy, these work up fast. These rows work up so fast.
I know. It's so quick.
It's only this wide. I ended up doing somewhere I have a piece of paper with my notes on here, right here on the floor. 42 stitches wide.
I don't remember
St. Mary's.
what I did. Could have been about that, actually. I always get into, I think I've mentioned it before, when I do a scarf, I like them about 8 inches wide. And so
this is going to be this wide.
Oh, yours is a cow, that's right, yes. So, yeah, mine would be a nice loosish one if I did it as a cow.
Wherever they are.
You know, there's Coeur d'Alene. They're here.
Yeah.
You're going from here to there.
Okay.
Down the Palouse Highway.
Oh, yeah, we're going down the Palouse. We're going down the Palouse Highway. Oh, a hexagon sweater.
Is that a sweater made of little hexagons, or one of the ones where you make a big hexagon and then fold it a certain way and turn it around and so on?
That's the way. That's what Amber makes the big hexies. Like it's made out of 2 great big hexies.
Oh, isn't it a cardigan? Do you guys call cardigans sweaters as well, or you separate?
All sweaters are sweaters, and then there's different styles.
Okay.
To St. Marie's. Head south.
2 big ones.
Street. Then take
Okay.
the first left.
See, that's one of the sweaters that I have in my whip pile that I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to tear apart or not. Is a hexie cardi. Where's my hole? Where's my thing? There it is. There it is. I found it. I found it.
I must say you're sounding really good, Robbin, after all your cough has gone.
Oh,
well, I saw a little cough every now and then.
Very little though.
But you're looking really good.
Mm-hmm. So much better.
Your body's probably going, no, not this again. Okay, guys, I know what to do.
Yeah. That's better. That's better. So I'm starting to work on putting the holiday boxes together. I got one more order today. That's probably the last one because we're getting down to the wire on time.
So you're not continuing with your 90 or your countdown to Christmas?
I've missed too much time.
Okay.
And now I'm on deadlines I've got to make a lot of bags.
Lasagna.
A lot. I have a lot to make. A lot.
You've got orders for, or
Plus now we're knee deep into craft fair season.
Mm-hmm. You've got a craft fair this weekend coming up?
I've got craft fair this weekend. So next Sunday, week from today, we will not have stitch and visit. Oh, Miss Sue, I got something so exciting for yours today. I'm so happy. So happy. I'm so excited. It is so much fun being able to personalize them a little bit. So much fun. Now, not everything, obviously.
No.
But I hope you like it. I hope you like it. Now I'm like, I get so excited and then I think, oh, what if they don't like it? What if they don't like it? So you guys have to lie and tell me you liked it.
It'll be wonderful. From some of the things that you've told me that are there in those holiday boxes, I think it's great value. And yeah, they'll be great.
Good. Oh, Linda. I just finished making some of the stuff in yours.
You're killing everyone here, Robbin.
I forgot
we all want to know.
Quiet.
We all want sneak peeks.
Pinky, I haven't finished yours yet, but I know what it's going to be. I was struggling with Sue's, though. I was struggling. And then you know how something just pops up and it's just exactly the right thing.
Yes. That's good.
I hope.
Oh, excuse me, guys. I slept in this morning mainly because my husband snores like that. If it was an Olympic sport, he'd win gold, bronze, and silver. Gold. Yes, he's taken it to the next level. And it's like, thank goodness he gets up at 5 a.m. because from 5 a.m. that's when I can actually get some sleep, deeper sleep.
Oh, well, like I said, oh, good Lord, no, Amy. I'm still making stuff. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to make. Nope, not fussy at all. I just wanted it to be perfect. And I didn't have what I wanted. Oh, good, Pinky. Good. I love the idea that you guys are doing that.
So she wasn't implying that you were fussy. Robbin's just particular.
Yes. I just want everybody to be really happy. Give me a second. Lori, Armchair Chef, is doing a Christmas bingo, Christmas movie bingo. But you have to go over to her channel and you got to send her an email and tell her you want to play, because it's only the first 25 or 30 people that I don't want to say sign up, but basically, yes, sign up. The first 25 or 30 people that, let's say register, get to do it, because she can only do so many.
Yes. Yep.
And I think I was the very first one.
Mm.
And I told her, I'm very excited to participate, and I hope your Christmas doohickey works out better than my Christmas doohickey, because mine was a disaster. Mine fell on his face about a week in.
Yeah.
But luckily, people still love me. And I want to say tomorrow's bingo. Is tomorrow bingo?
Yes. You can say that. We'll absolutely let you say that. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord. That means I got to get that thing done too. I've got a cool price for tomorrow if I get it done.
I was going to say, what do you need to do for bingo?
I've got to get numbers updated, because there are some new numbers in there that I haven't put on the list yet. And I've got a prize. I got a cool prize. Yeah. Super excited.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very busy week. Nope, that's right. You know, the front post, back post double is one of my favorite stitches. I don't know why.
In combination or one?
No, just in general. One or the other of those two.
I really like lemon peel stitch for some reason.
I lose track, because isn't that the single double, single double, single double?
Yes. And then the other way.
And then the next time it's double single. It reminds me of that ridiculous moss stitch that I can't do.
No, I can whip up a blanket probably in about 40 hours. And that's a huge blanket with that lemon peel stitch. It just goes really, really quick.
Okay, so Miss Dana and I were talking as we are
never good.
I know. And we were discussing how much time it was going to take me to make the wedding shawl.
Oh, yes, yes.
And now, rough calculations. I just timed myself on one row, an hour and 5 minutes a row.
Okay. Sounds like you might have a couple of 100 hours worth of work there.
No, really, it's not that much, because it's an 8-row repeat, right? Yes. An 8-row repeat. And we're going to do 7 repeats, right?
56.
Isn't that what we decided last week?
Yes.
And then a couple 1 or 2 rows at the beginning and a couple 1 or 2 rows at the end.
So about 60 hours.
60 hours. Look at you. See, she's a math whiz. That's why I keep her around, to do my math for me. Among a million other things.
Plus, if I do anything wrong, she can't hit me because she's too far away.
This is true. Ooh, did you see the cruises I sent you? Speaking of.
I did.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing instead of what I was supposed to be doing that day.
Right. Antarctica sounds interesting.
Doesn't that look fabulous?
No, I haven't looked at them, Robin. I haven't looked at them at all.
I told Dennis comes strolling out of the bedroom and goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Oh, I'm just registering us for a cruise." Okay.
And is the one going around the Cape Horn the same one that your daughter took?
She didn't take a cruise. She just went.
Oh, okay.
That Antarctica one, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh, okay.
Dude.
It'll be cold. It'll be a bit like Alaska, but without people and without animals.
Yeah. I'm not getting the response I expect from you. Actually, I am getting the response I expect. Okay, so here's the problem with that. After I got all excited, I was literally ready to sign us up for that thing because the prices were amazing. And then I realized it's this November, not next November. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
Next November was a stretch. Because it said on there 25. I guess it's December, but it's December into January, so they were counting that as 25.
Right. But you were counting it as December 25 to January 26.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was like an 18-day cruise, and it was like $1,800 a person, something like that. And I'm like, oh.
Do you get discounts because you cruise so often?
Mm-hmm. And then they were giving us double points on it. Mm-hmm. So then you get extra points towards building up into the getting more perks. I'm right.
How many points do you need to get a free cruise?
A lot. I will never get that many. But you get things like free laundry and free Wi-Fi and dinner with the captain and cool stuff like that. Free laundry is fabulous, especially on an 18-day cruise. But
just put it in a laundry bag, chuck it overboard on a string, and all washed. Yep.
Some
coconut soap, because that'll
cruise lines have kind of like a laundromat on board. Mm-hmm. It's tricky to get to it because everybody's using it. But NCL does not. And on a 2-week cruise, I can't pack that many clothes.
Yes.
I can't pack that many socks and underwear. I will wear my jeans for days, but I can't pack that many socks and underwear. Or I will literally just throw them away because I'll just buy some cheap ones and throw them away because it costs more to wash them than it does to buy new ones. I think
socks and underwear, though, you can wash in the hand basin.
Yeah. And I have done that many times. I think it's, my gosh, I think it cost $18. By the time when everything was said and done, I think it was $18 to do one load with the washer and the dryer because I had to run it through the dryer twice. So I think it was $18.
Wow.
But if you send it to the laundry, they charge you per item. just to wash and fold. So, so if you can get a load of laundry for free, it is worth it.
So do you just get one load of laundry for free, or the laundry is free?
One load. Okay, more blue than pink. What?
I think we missed something. Oh,
I think so. I'm looking back. Penguins, Advent bags. Oh, comparing Advent bags. Oh, Sue's going to show hers on Instagram. Yay. And Pinky's going to do Vlogmas on her channel. Sweet. And then I'm excited to see what's her name? That makes her bags and dyes yarn. She was just on here a minute ago. She's making her calendar. Yes, Bridget. I'm excited to see Bridget's. No, I don't think there'll be a cruise next year. Next year is going to be an expensive year around here. I mean, we've got the one planned already. And then so we've got the Alaskan cruises in April. We've got the wedding in May, the grandkids' wedding. And I think I'm going to have to replace my fence next year. So that's going to be ugly expensive. Ugly expensive.
Is it a large area to fence?
It's the whole, how long is that?
Actually, if he's going to do that side,
he's going to do that side.
I'm thinking we got to give him $500.
Well, yeah, we got to give him some money. So the neighbor is doing the fence in between our yards. So we got to give him some money towards that. But then we also have to do from the one end of our property all the way back. How many feet is that? A couple hundred anyway.
Wow.
It's long.
About 100.
Man, maybe 100. I don't know. But it's a lot. Fencing's so expensive.
So in your area, do you have... Okay, I'll explain how it is in Australia. If you've got two properties and there's a fence between them, you're both responsible for them. So it's half and half. Or if you want to replace it and there's nothing wrong with it, then they don't have to. But if it's falling down,
no, it's really tricky. He's choosing to do it. I mean, it needs it, but I could call and do it and put it in and it would be my responsibility, or he could call it and put it in and it's his responsibility, or we could come to an agreement and just say, okay, we'll go halvesies, but there's no rule about it.
I know on People's Court in the past, there were lots and lots of disputes about fences and things like that being on your property line or your property line. And they've cadged 3 inches of your property.
Well, and you know, when you're putting up a new fence, you got to be careful about that. But this one's an existing fence, and there's already the side fence goes right there, and then this will intersect. So there's no wiggle room to where it goes.
The way it's built, it's perfect.
Is it a wooden fence or a color bond?
It's a wooden fence. Is he putting in? Do you know what he's putting in?
Vinyl.
He is putting in vinyl. Oh, that's going to get broke. I like vinyl. My husband number 3. What 3? Yeah, 3 was a fence guy. He built fences for a living. So I learned a lot about fences. I yelled at him when he died. I was so mad at him. We bought this property, and one of the things I kept saying, it's going to cost so much to put up a fence, because it was it was half an acre. And he's like, I'll put the fence up. It's not going to be a problem. And then he died, and I never got the fence put up. So I had to pay to put the dang fence up. And
with his money.
With the insurance money from him dying. but I was still mad. And so what around here, basically you've got chain link fences, you've got vinyl fences, which are plastic, and you've got wooden fences. Chain link are the cheapest. No. Yes. Chain link are the cheapest, and then vinyl, and then wood, which really surprises me. You'd think it'd be the other way around. But the wooden ones fall apart. Chain link are the sturdiest, and vinyl are great. Most people get vinyl. The problem with vinyl is in the cold, they're plastic. They get brittle, really brittle. And we're on a busy street here. So cars go by, shoot rocks out. They're going to hit that and it's just going to shatter. So I will not put a vinyl fence on that side. In between the houses is fine, but I won't put it on the busy street side. So it's either going to have to be wood, which is what we have already. And it looks terrible, but it's a 20-year-old fence. And I don't really want another wooden fence there. Or we bite the bullet and pay for chain link. And then you've got the big open holes, which I don't want. Yeah. So then you put those, what do you call those things? Slats. You put the slats down in there. And that gets expensive, but they're kind of fun because you can get different colors and kind of do designs. And we can put the slats in ourselves. I don't have to pay a fence company to do that.
So you're putting the slat in a chain link fence.
Yeah, you just weave it in between the links of the chain.
Yeah. Our color bond fences are metal, aluminium. So they're not vinyl fences. Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen that before. And then if you go in the south, like Sue probably has one. I'm trying to think who else is on here. Pinky for sure where Pinky is. Okay, so here's the thing. They will have wooden fences, and they are put up with metal poles because of the hail.
Oh, okay.
Because of the hail. The hail would destroy vinyl fences. There's no way they can have vinyl fences. And the first time I was down there, right, Pinky? They're all wooden fences down there. And they've got metal poles. And the first time I was down there, I would say something about vinyl, and they're like, vinyl fences? What are you talking about? And I started looking or brick. Everything is brick. And I'm like, you don't have any vinyl fences. What's the deal? And then I realized it was the hail. And because of the wind, they've got to have the metal poles to support everything. They would just fall over.
Do they have gaps between the slats in the fences for the wind to pass through? So it's not a... Yep.
Yeah. Yep, for the wind and the tornadoes. Yep.
Okay. Good night, Pinky.
Linda has chain link. So, Linda, do you have the slats in it so it's not see-through? Like in your backyard? Wood or chain link. Yep, they don't even have vinyl. When I said something about vinyl, I literally had to find a picture and show them because they didn't even know what I was talking about. And then I asked.
I imagine the look of your vinyl ones would be similar to our color bond ones.
Probably.
Excuse me.
Good night, Miss Jean. Thank you so much for popping in. So I think I started to say, so next Sunday is craft fair.
You didn't tell them about
that. So we won't have
vinyl fence
this.
Down.
We won't have this next week. I may have a live, but it's tear down, so I may not, because I'm also going to be exhausted because it's the end of the whole weekend. So I have, I didn't even schedule it. I scheduled it for the week after.
Right.
Yeah. So, and also the vinyl melts. So if you get a fire or any kind of heat, it'll melt. Oh, that's right. You've got all pine trees. You're kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
We've just got strand wire fences where we are because, again, we're in the rural area. So no one's putting up a wooden fence or even a Colorbond fence. Some people do it around their house, so they have a house yard.
Yeah, that's all ours is.
To keep
And
the
then the rest
kangaroos
of
out.
it. Sorry?
Keep the kangaroos out.
Keep the oh no, the kangaroos will jump your fence, no worries. They can jump high. And we don't mind. Kangaroos eat the grass. Not that they negate the need to mow, but
Right.
it'd be good if they did.
Yeah.
Kangaroos and rabbits or hares, really.
Mm-hmm. We get a lot of, not where we are right now, but in this area, they'll get a lot of, I don't want to say stray, wild hares, wild rabbits.
Mm.
The deer, oh yeah, the deer run right through. They hop right over those fences.
Mm-hmm. I've seen kangaroos go under the fences. I've seen them just
Really?
step over. Oh yeah, because it's only strand wire.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, mate. Need a drink.
What are we drinking?
Cold tea, cold black tea.
Cold tea.
I made it before we started.
I have
so
a
it's bit
Moscow
cold.
Mule tonight.
Mm.
My knitting cup.
Yes, it's either water or cold black tea for me. Oh, black tea, not necessarily cold. I don't mind it cold.
I'm not a fan of Moscow Mules. They're not something I would ever order, but it was presented to me, so I drank it.
Mm.
What did everybody have for dinner tonight? Now that I can eat again. A week of not being able to eat anything. You think I lost any weight? No. Of course, it didn't help that Morgan decided she needed to bake while I was sick. Because she was 2 days ahead of me on the feeling better end of things.
Yes.
Actually, 3 days ahead of me. She got better way faster than me. And, so do you know what she decided to bake? Do you know what that girl decided she needed to learn how to bake? Focaccia bread.
Yeah.
My God, it was so good. So she made regular, like garlicky, buttery, herby. So good. And then the next time she made a cinnamon sugar one, and it was good, but it wasn't as good. So then the next time she made another garlicky, buttery, fabulousy one. It was so good. Oh, we all did. It was so good. It was so good.
Yes, garlic and butter, you can't really go wrong.
No, it's hard. Ooh, a roast in the Instapot with squash soup. Chicken from KFC. Beef from KFC. What kind of salad do you have?
Cynthia? Because you guys call pumpkin squash as well. See, we call pumpkin, and squash are just those little button squashes here. Patty pans, patty.
Oh, patty pan. Yeah, those are cool.
Squash. That's what we call squash, and no one likes it and no one eats it. But we eat pumpkin, and we make pumpkin soup.
If we have, now this is just me. So Cynthia, that's what I was going to say. If we had a squash soup, I would expect it to be butternut. Or is butternut the great big one?
It's the weird shaped one, like it's round and then it comes up.
That's not the one. What's the winter squash? The ones that you usually just buy a chunk of at the store.
Those are summer squash.
No.
I forget what it's.
The big yellow one. What's the big yellow one, Cynthia? And like in the wintertime, it's like this thick and you just buy like a square of it.
We don't get
pumpkin. I know what a
Kent pumpkin. I like Kent pumpkin and Jap. They all make great soup.
Jap?
Yep. It's called a Jap. I think it's JAP. Exactly how it sounds. It's nice.
Winter squash. Winter squash. It's just called winter squash.
That's what
No,
I just
not
said.
butter. It's not butternut. Butternut's the
Yes.
bulb. These are big.
Yes. Not the ones that you guys make Halloween decorations out of.
Nope, that's a pumpkin.
But pumpkin is a squash.
Is it?
It's in the squash family. Yes.
Winter squash.
Right there.
Nope. Nope.
Right there.
Nope. Maybe.
Honey.
Yeah, I know. I got the same picture you got. Look at all these different squashes. Yep, you're right. There's a pumpkin.
But we don't call pumpkin squashes. We call
Mm-mm.
them pumpkins.
No, I would never.
That's why I asked Cynthia if her squash soup was squash or pumpkins.
There it is.
There are 18 kinds of winter squash. Oh, yeah, one of them does have bumpities.
Yes.
Acorn squash, that's the little ones. I don't love those. Banana squash, buttercup squash, butternut squash,
That would be your butternut pumpkin, wouldn't it?
carnival, chayote. Have you guys heard of that one? Chayote squash. It kind of looks, it's very odd. Can be eaten raw or cooked.
Oh, it's a choco. That's a choco.
Huh.
Yes, we have those. They're very bland and they're very starchy, but they will absorb the taste of whatever they're cooked with. So if you mixed it with apple when you're making an apple pie, you wouldn't be able to taste choco. It would all taste like apple.
Really?
Yeah.
I like spaghetti.
Delicata squash, also called sweet potato squash. Never heard of that one.
Is that just a sweet
Very
potato?
pretty.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that one.
Honey nut squash, a hybrid of the butternut, smaller version. Hubbard. That's what I'm thinking of.
I don't think
So
we
when
have.
I think of a winter squash, that's what I'm thinking of as a Hubbard.
Oh no, we don't have those. I mean, you can probably get them at specialty stores. Usually we have Queensland Blue, Kent, Jet, and Butternut. They're the main ones.
Kabocha? Kabocha? There's the patty pan. I had never seen one of these until a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what we call squash, and no one likes it. Well, very few people like them.
They grill up beautifully, taste a lot like zucchini. I don't like zucchini. But they're cute. Round zucchini. I think I have seen these.
Hubbard
Oh,
squash.
that would
I
be
like Hubbard
interesting.
squash. I like it roasted and I like it served with butter. Put that in your memory bank.
Have you had zucchini noodles?
Yes, I don't like them.
Don't like them? I haven't ever had them. Red curry. Have a look at the Queensland Blue pumpkin.
Squash we had the other day.
Here's the spaghetti squash.
Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it?
Sweet dumpling squash. Very pretty. And a basic yellow squash. I don't think of this as a winter squash because I grow these next to my zucchinis.
Yep.
Crook neck and straight.
So
And
these
there's
ones,
the zucchini.
find them in your supermarkets as well, or are they mainly homegrown? A lot of those varieties.
Most of these I've never seen or heard of.
Yeah.
The Hubbards are huge. They're like this big. So in the grocery store, you're just going to buy a chunk of it.
Yeah. Let's see if I can. If
a
you can
few
get
of
Ken
them-
or Jap pumpkin, it is so nice. It's moist but firm as well. Nice. But I'll see if I can find you the Queensland blue.
A lot of these, the only place you're going to find them is like at a farmer's market or something like that. Yeah, a lot of these I've never heard of, but I'm not a big squash fan, so I'm not going to be searching these things out.
I'm not a squash fan, but I like pumpkin.
To just eat?
Sorry?
To just eat?
Yeah. Yeah, have it with, you can roast it, so have it with your baked dinner. You can mash it like potato, mash them together with potato. Yum. I also like to eat it raw. Some of them I just eat raw. It tastes a bit like watermelon. It does, truly. Try it.
Well, we had lasagna for dinner. And it was
So that's our Queensland blue.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah,
it is blue.
It's big too. It is blue. And it's big. It's a big one as well. You can also make pumpkin scones with them. We tend not to use them as desserts, but some people do make grandma pie, which is a variety of pumpkin.
Interesting.
I like pumpkin, spinach with a honey mustard drizzling and some nuts and black sesame seeds in there as a warm salad to have with some steak or something like that.
That sounds good.
It's nice. It's nice.
Good.
Yeah, and for some reason in Australia, Cynthia, we don't tend to eat pumpkin as a sweet. Like I said, one of my aunts used to make grandma pie. I had no idea what grandma pie was when she said it's a type of pumpkin. I thought, well, why would you put that in a sweet pie with cream? But no, it's nice. But generally, we don't.
I do like pumpkin ravioli. Like a filling.
And I'm trying to think, is a sweet potato a squash as well?
I love sweet potatoes. Roasted sweet potatoes. Oh, yum, 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 yum.
When I make pumpkin soup, I really should call it orange soup because I make it with pumpkin, sweet potatoes, and carrots. So all of the vegetables in it and onions, and then blitz it up. But and then I'll add a bit of curry powder to it as well.
See, no, you lost me there. Couldn't have the curry.
Oh, very, very mild. It doesn't need it, but very mild.
Yeah, I still couldn't have it. I can't even have black pepper.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sensitive. I'm a wimp.
I put pepper on your squash the other night.
I'm a wimp.
That you like.
So the pumpkins that you guys carve for Halloween, are they edible ones or?
They are, but they're not as good. You want to get a sugar pumpkin to eat. I made the mistake of using one to make a pie one year, and it did not turn out well.
Kind of how a wood duck doesn't taste like duck.
Yeah,
it's very stringy and yes, tough.
Yeah, the chickens like them. They will get them when we're all done. So, do you guys celebrate Halloween there, Cheryl?
They're trying to. They have been trying to for the last 20 years. So Spotlight, which is our, I guess it's a bit like a Michael's store or Joanne's store. They'll have costumes. Nobody buys. No, but very, very few people celebrate it at all. And it's usually just a party with adults and the kids and that sort of thing. About 20 years ago, when we lived in the city, we had a couple of kids come round knocking on the door, and I had no idea what they wanted. They said, trick or treat. I wasn't very pleasant. I said, I'm not American, and closed the door. Yes, because we don't. So, yeah, they try and do, but we don't.
So,
we also noticed that, like, you'll decorate for fall. As a lot of people. Yep. No, we don't. Probably because it doesn't last long. We don't decorate for anything except Christmas, and that's about it, really.
No, we decorate for everything. I tried to save that so that I could show the ladies, and oh, there it goes. Now I can. Hi, Green. Thanks for popping in.
Hi, Green.
In general, Green, we're here most Sunday nights. We were just saying that next Sunday, Cheryl's going to be here on her own.
No, what?
Oh, that's not what we were saying?
That's not what I was saying.
There's two of our pumpkins.
Oh, cute.
Somebody hasn't done theirs yet.
Morgan?
Well, Morgan did hers first.
Do you end up with orange fingers and hands? And
No, not really.
No?
They're messy from the guts inside.
And you cook the seeds and eat them.
Yes. I like pepitas.
Mm-hmm.
Full of magnesium. Really good for you.
Yeah. I am just loving this. I'm glad that you sent me this pattern. This is exactly the right pattern.
That's good. And just be clear, it's not my pattern.
Yes, it is. I say it is. There, does it look like a cowl? Am I done yet? Am I done?
Absolutely. Just keep that part of your neck warm.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to wear it. I will eventually.
Yeah, it'll work. It works up so quickly. What model? Yeah. What'll they think of next?
Top. Cut off the top, Cynthia. Actually, I don't cut off anything because I don't do them because they're gross and they're messy. And
do people use their chainsaws on them to cut through them?
On TV, the great huge ones.
Yeah.
But not real life, real people.
What are we carving?
Pumpkins. Pumpkins.
We have a guy in town who does wood carving. We've got a few dotted around town of his wood carvings that he does with a chainsaw. And it's people and their dog, sitting on a tucker box or all that sort of thing. The detail is absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah. They really are on those things. Okay, where are we?
Okay.
Oh.
Are the stems, do they have little spiky bits on them as well?
Mm-hmm.
Be wrapping something around.
A little bit. We get so Cynthia, you probably don't have any trick-or-treaters there because you're in an apartment.
And I imagine Linda wouldn't either if she's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, she's out in the middle of nowhere.
That'd be scary, actually.
Yeah. And I can't remember. Amy, I think Amy's in an apartment. can't
So
remember.
people don't trick or treat in apartments?
No, not usually. I mean, you can. I think it would be very efficient. You're outside, out of the weather, boom, 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 all done in a row, but not typically,
Mm.
And a lot of them you can't get into. The doors are locked.
Yes.
Trunk or treat at the churches, yeah.
Mm.
And a lot of those they had this weekend.
So what do you do when it's on the 30th is on or the 31st is on a weekday?
The kids just go out
on that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and depends on the neighborhood, and like with our neighborhood, we don't have hardly any kids here, and so we're on a double lot. So on our side of the street, we're the only house, and then on the other side, there's the busy street, and then over there's nothing. There's a field and a church, and then you got to go over there, and then there's apartments. So there's like no reason for them to come here. Then across the street, there's no kids. The whole block, there's no kids. Wow. You have to go all the way down to the end of the road before there's any kids. So we don't get anybody here. And the house across from us is an Airbnb, so it's empty all the time. And down here, there's a cul-de-sac, and there's a few kids there. But so last year, well, and then the little lady that lived here before us, she was a little old lady. She was like 80 something. And I doubt if she did trick-or-treating. And probably the whole neighborhood knew she was a little old lady and she wasn't doing it. So our first year was last year, right?
No, year before last. We gave away about 10 candy bars. But
then last year, he sat out front. It was a lovely evening. And he sat out front and he turned the lights all on and he brought out the, the little the little wood burner.
Solo space heater.
The little
fire pit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Little fire pit. And he brought that out and had a little fire out there. So everybody knew we were there. And so, and people could come up in the driveway and he'd give handfuls of candy to the kids. And we probably had 25 or 30 visitors. And it was lovely.
It was Good night to everyone who's leaving for the night. I wasn't sure. Sue, were you leaving as well or just saying good night to people?
Yeah, I think
Linda's off to bed.
Linda, no, it's too early. I think she was saying.
Oh, okay.
It's too early for Linda to go to bed. 8:39. No, maybe not. It's 10:30 there. Well, if people are leaving, good night. Amy, do you get trick-or-treaters? I was trying to think. It seems to me you're in an apartment.
No, she's semi-rural. In 44 years, she's only had a dozen trick-or-treaters.
That's what I thought. Okay. So.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Linda is off to bed. All right. Okay, good night, Miss Linda. We'll see you guys tomorrow for bingo. Bingo, bingo. I gotta get those things made.
Making a dog's breakfast of this, Ro.
That is not a saying that we use.
So don't you?
No, okay. I think that's hilarious. Because we know exactly what you mean.
That's something you say in polite company. Sorry.
When I was training at the hospital down in Utah, I was down there by myself. I had taken the RV down. Mr. had taken the RV down and parked it. And I was living in the RV by myself. And I was in a nice little RV park in the middle of the city. Most people didn't even know there was an RV park there. It was funny. And so I went to the people that ran the RV park and I said, hey, Halloween is coming. Should I get candy? What do we do? And she goes, oh, yes, you absolutely should get at least 2 bags of your favorite candy because you're not going to be giving any away. And that's exactly what I did.
Nice.
Well, we made the mistake before I went to the Yarny Social because I knew it was going to be busy when we got back with craft fairs and such. I went to Costco and bought the gigantic bag of Halloween candy, the good stuff. Miss Morgan opened it.
No.
Gone. Gone. So last week we had to go buy another bag of Halloween candy.
I'm like that. If it's closed, it's safe. As soon as it's opened, it's like a little ant going back to the pantry, coming back. Yep. Fill up your bowl.
And I thought Mr. had opened it, and she told me she had. I was blaming him, and as I usually do for everything. And we had that open house at the shop, so we bought another one for here and one for the shop. And we've gone through half of the one at the shop.
Yeah,
I hope not half of this one.
we're close.
Good Lord.
Lucky you don't get many trick-or-treaters.
We don't get any.
Morgan likes candy.
We do like candy. I haven't had any of the new bag. I ate a lot of the other bag. Because I'm like, well, it's open. We're going to have to get another one anyway.
And they're mixed lollies, are they? Like different, like a little Snicker.
It's got Snickers and it's got Snickers and Kit Kats and Twix and M&Ms, plain M&Ms and peanut M&Ms. And
you have to be careful with those. Take out the peanut ones.
That's right. It's not safe for the children's.
No.
Hey, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Oh, I know. It was a day, wasn't it? It was a day. But I got 3.5 hours sleep last night, so I'm hoping tonight will be better.
Oh, me too.
I was going to look at my list and see how cogent it was. Because who knows what I actually wrote down. And I was like this because I couldn't see what I was writing because I didn't want to turn the light on. Let's see. I do remember that I have to call tomorrow. I have to call my accountant and I have to call my lady because it's time to renew our Medicare, update the Medicare. October. It's October, right? It's still October. Hi, Goldilocks. Goldilocks Dragon. Do I know you? Why do you look familiar? Oh, I love your hair. Look at that beautiful hair. Wow. I must know you because you spelled my name right. Nobody spells my name right. Okay. Oh, we have to.
Adrian.
Shoot, I didn't do that. This was the stuff last week I was supposed to do when I was sick. Oh, it's Adrian. Hi. No wonder I recognized you. Hi. I mean, we met at the Yarny.
That's what my husband does. He buys candies or lollies, as we call them, sweets that I don't like. And I tell him, well, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to eat them, even though I don't like them.
Exactly. Okay, so where did I make my
list? They
list?
will last a little longer.
Where is my list? Oh, there's one of my lists. Oh, I didn't do that. I did that.
Yes, October's on a banana peel. Exit stage left. I said October's on a banana peel at the moment. Going fast, sliding out. So it's tax time for us here. 31st of October is the last day you can have your tax forms sent in.
Oh,
You
ours
get 3
is
months.
in April.
So our financial year goes from July 1st to June 30 of the next year. So after June 30, you've got till the 31st of October to get your tax returns in. It's all automated these days. You don't have to do anything really. Just check their figures. They know how much you got in your bank. They know how much you earn. They know everything.
Mm-hmm. I've got a customer giving me input on the fabric. Of course, he didn't when I was at the store buying it. Now he is.
So yes, Adrian, since we've finished our anthology blanket, we just, and have been for a long time, just sit here and knit or crochet, chat about anything and everything. It starts out kind of yarn and project related, and then it devolves into pumpkin tonight.
Okay. Here we go. Yes. Oh, I did that. Set up the live for tonight.
Yes.
Sent you the link. Nope, haven't done that. I started my cowl. Did not go to the library.
Are your libraries open on Sunday?
Huh?
Your library's open on Sunday?
Some are, some are not, but I've got some books I just need to return. I can just pop them in the little box. I'm pretty impressed with my notes. They make sense. I can read them. I didn't do it most of the stuff, but that's okay. I found the pattern I was looking for. Oh, I did that today. And I only forgot one thing. I went to Joann's, and I was going to buy, one of the things I was going to get was some more needles for my sewing machine, because I've been buying them at the quilting store, and they're very expensive.
Yes.
And I thought, I bet you I can just buy these at Joann's. I forgot. But I had to go potty really, 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 really bad. And they have a sign up that their bathroom is closed for repairs.
Oh, no.
So.
Yes. You could probably buy, because you'll probably be going through a lot of sewing needles with the vinyl and that. You can probably buy them bulk somewhere, like 6,000 of them for $2 from China or something.
Probably. But I got a good sewing machine, so I like to buy the right ones. The good ones. Oh, nice. That's great, Goldilocks. My delightful crochet student has decided she wants to make a hat.
Is this some bunny girl?
No, those girls can do anything. This is 8 weeks in, and we still can't do a single crochet.
Oh, okay. Not practicing at home, maybe?
Never. Won't watch a video. Won't look at a book. Won't take any notes. So,
okay.
We just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over, week after week after week. But
so it's going to be fun.
She's enjoying herself. So Morgan came up with a good idea for a hat. Bless you, Morgan. A rectangle hat. We're going to just
Yeah.
fold it in half. And so she's going to do a double crochet. And so basically it'll look just like this. And I did the first row for, I had her do her chain, and then I did the first row because you know how hard it is to start that first row anyway.
Yes.
And then it was easy for her to see where her stitch needs to go. And she's actually doing a decent job of the half double. And finally, I said, okay, I'm going to tell you step by step what this half double is, and you need to write it down. And so I'm like, wrap your yarn. Put it in the hole. Wrap your yarn. And that's what we did. And she wrote down every single step. Says, now after you do it, when you get home, if you need to rewrite it, feel free. But these are the steps.
And so have you seen her since then, or that was just yesterday? Was it?
That was just yesterday.
Maybe doing a project will give her the impetus to actually do it more.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. She's enjoying it. She keeps coming back. I would have been bored to tears.
Is she a young one?
She's probably in her 40s.
She's probably enjoying the company.
That could be. Because we do sit and visit. And I flit about. You know, we had a discussion on the importance of stitch markers.
Yes.
And at first she started out with a cheap crochet hook, and finally I said, you need one of these. And I took her Susan Bates hook away from her and made her get one of these.
What did you have against the Susan Bates hook?
She couldn't hold on to it. Okay. It was too thin.
Too thin. See, I like them thin. I've got mine.
Yeah. I do Goldilocks. I do at one. They're hour-long sessions, and you can come for one or you can come for 30. I don't care. And wherever you're at, we just continue on the next one. So it's not a series. Because, and I'll tell you why I do it that way. I tried my whole life to learn how to knit. And it wasn't until my last knitting teacher, with the help of Cheryl, that I finally picked it up. And I felt like part of it was because I wasn't feeling pressured. Oh my gosh, I have to get this. I've got to get this homework done. I have to get this finished. I have to get this figured out by next week. And, you know, I'm working 14 jobs and have a million things going on around here. And there are weeks when I can't pick up my yarn. And there are weeks when I can work on it a lot. And I did not want somebody to quit because they couldn't get their homework done.
Yes.
And I didn't want somebody to feel like they were falling behind other people in the class and quit. And so I took that pressure away. And it was because the knitting teacher, that's the way she ran her classes. You paid for a class, and wherever you're at in the process, that's where we will work with you. And it was a freaking miracle. And sometimes I would go in and say, okay, I want to learn to do this. And it would take 5 minutes. And she'd say, okay, now let's do something else. Not usually, but it did happen once or twice. And so
that's good, that taking off that pressure.
Yeah. And just not have, and then like if I had to work, you know, right in the middle of knitting lessons is when I had to go over to Othello. And, you know, I was out of town for 4 days. I didn't have time to do any knitting, practice my knitting. And if I'd have been in a traditional class, right there is where I would have lost it. And I would have been behind, and I
Yes.
never would have caught up.
Yes. And then you try and rush it to catch up and then miss steps and
Yeah. So it was, I just really, really liked the way that was set up. And so I said to myself, that's how you're going to run classes. And I told my knitting instructor that I've just hired, that's how I want her to run her classes for that exact reason. And also, I have gone into crochet classes. Like, I hadn't crocheted in maybe 5 years, and I kind of just needed a brush up. And so I don't want to sit for 2 weeks while we go, okay, now we're going to chain. Now we're going to do a single crochet. I just needed somebody to kind of walk through the basics of it again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm out. You know?
I think that's where YouTube comes in really handy.
Yeah, but this was before the days of YouTube.
Oh, yes. But nowadays
YouTube
comes in handy for that sort of stuff.
But I've got a gal. She comes in every 2 or 3 weeks. She's making a hat. And boy, the yarn she was using was way too big. And this thing was about this big on her. And I'm like, okay, remember when I told you that you're going to get to about here and you're going to try it on? So we ripped it all out and got back to this. And, you know, I showed her how to do. And basically she just comes in for a few pointers and then disappears for 2 or 3 weeks and then comes back. And
yes.
So
obviously it fits her schedule to do it that way.
Yeah.
And then she's not paying for classes that she's missing because she only pays as she comes.
Exactly. And honestly, I have told her, you know, if you just want to come and do the sit and stitch, because anything that she's asking about, I'm happy to help her in the sit and stitch. She's not getting a lesson.
Yes. Has your knitting teacher given a lesson?
Yes. No, she's going to start in December. We've got a schedule figured out. She's going to be teaching on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and Morgan's going to take lessons from her. So she's going to be teaching on so the 4th and the 18th, which are Wednesdays, and then the 7th, the 21st, and the 28th, which are Saturdays. And we'll see how it goes. And she does not like to do socks.
Woman after my own heart.
I'm like, well, I may have to find a different sock teacher because that's what people want. Solid outline, self on track, and give your class some goals. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine teaching knitting to a group of people who've never knit before all at once, just from, excuse me, I would think initially it'd be one-on-one because it's like how you hold your needles. And if you've got 5 people there.
Yeah, and we keep it 3 is the maximum.
3, yeah.
And I'm almost thinking, this is the other thing I've got rolling around in my head. In fact, Adriana, what is your thought about this? Do you have kiddos in your class? Because I'm almost thinking about separating out the kiddos and maybe have one-on-one with them. I'm thinking about doing 45 minutes for the kids instead of an hour and doing a separate class. Right. Yeah, because some people need a lot more help. Some people, you know, like I can do those 2 people. And this lady, I'm basically just looking over once in a while and going, yep, you're doing great. Or, no, where are you on your hat? Let's try that on.
Do you have many kids coming or interested?
I don't have a lot coming in for lessons. I get a lot of moms that say, oh, my daughter wants to learn. I'm gonna bring her in. And then they don't. But when we had the open house the other day, we had 3 or 4 kiddos that came in and said, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And one of them even was sitting down with Morgan and, messing around with the yarn while they were in the store hanging out. So I fully expected to hear from them. But I can remember taking that knitting class that I took, that last beginner knitting class that I took, it was not a beginner knitting class. It was a sock class. And there were 6 of us in there. And she could not keep up.
No.
I mean, we were on the last class before she realized I was left-handed.
Yes.
And that's when I'm like, okay, I don't like this.
Yes.
And
when the class size is important because.
And that's when I found that other lady. And she only took 3 in her class. Doesn't matter what level you were at. If you were brand new, or we had people that were brand new, like me, basically brand new, or the other lady was working on brioche. That's a pretty big difference in abilities.
Yes.
And it was supposed to be how long? I cannot even remember how long the class was supposed to be. And it didn't matter because we sat there all afternoon. I think it started at 2 and the shop closed at 5. And every one of us sat there until 5 for our $15.
It's pretty good.
It was very good. And there was more than once I sat there after 5 because she wanted me to finish the row so she could show me what to do for the next step so I didn't waste my week. I loved her. She was a very good teacher.
Did you say that she left town after the fire? That was the fire lady, wasn't it? Yes.
Well, and she was also pregnant. And so, we were going to lose her anyway. Pregnant with child number 6. And the baby, she had a baby was a year old, maybe. Class was from 4 to 7, all adults, I couldn't teach any.
Have you not read that as you have classes for 4 to 7? And I'm thinking 4-year-olds. I mean, I learned to knit when I was 4, but a class of them, I couldn't imagine 4 to 7-year-olds. Oh, yes. Might need to.
45 minutes for kids, 10 to 14 years old. Did we lose Green?
Lose who?
Green something, Green Evo, something like that.
Green DBO.
DBO. Yeah, she had popped in. So. I'm loving this.
That's good. And it does look good. I like it.
Yeah, a whole room for a 4-year-olds. 47 4-year-olds. And Morgan's going to have to teach next week. Oh, I've got that new lady coming in. Did I ever respond to her? I'm going to have to check back in my messages. I don't remember if I got back to her or not. She's got another brand new one.
I remember teaching my son to knit, and he was good at it, but he didn't keep going with it. But he would hold one needle like this, and then he would take the things off. He never dropped a stitch, so it obviously worked for him. I can't do it that way, but I probably could if I tried, but no. But yeah, a room full of 4-year-olds crochet hooks.
Now, some places, they start that little with knitting, like in Switzerland and Sweden. And
there's one lady that I follow. She's she's Finnish. She lives in a few different places. Tula, I think her name is. And she said in schools in Finland, they still learn how to crochet. Boys and girls learn how to crochet.
Oh, I'm so glad, Goldilocks. I just found out, and I got it. That's one of the things on my list to do. So Miss Deb got this for me. She got me this. It says "We Believe," and it's a Sasquatch. It's supposed to be a stitch marker, but I'm wearing it as a necklace. And I knew where it came from as soon as she gave it to me, but they were sold out. Well, I just found out they've got a new batch in, and I'm a wholesaler through them. So I'm going to contact them and see if I can get a pile of them, because I love them.
Yes, they'd be something good to have in store. And on your website, but yeah.
I got some Sasquatch fabric today. I'm making me a bag.
And you need to come up with a sock pattern so that you can have Bigfoot socks.
Oh, if only I knew somebody who wrote patterns.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone offhand. Not off the top of my head. But you'd have to call them Sasquatch. Oh, that's a hard one.
Sasquatch.
Yes.
Sasquatch. Do you guys know who the Knitting Natty is?
Yes.
So she did a sock hop this year, which she does one every year. And the theme was Sasquatch this year. And that's why they did this. They did this for her, and they did a ruler and a sock ruler, and those are out of stock. And so I was trying to get some of that stuff when I found out about it, and everything was gone. So I need to contact them and say, okay, where did you get these things? Because I would like to have this as a zipper pull.
Yes. And on your bags that you have a zipper on too.
Yeah, on the bags that have zippers. And I saw a lady that I watch frequently, a sewist, and she went to a conference, a sewing conference last year, and she bought some zipper pulls that were scissors, cute little scissors. So instead of just the tab, it's a scissor. And I thought I could probably contact her and find out where one buys things like that. And I'm sure they have all different kinds of things. Now, my sister-in-law, she gave me a bunch more. Every time I go down there, because she doesn't hardly sew anymore, and she doesn't do draperies anymore. She used to have her business was doing custom drapes and upholstery. And so that's the first time I ever saw zippers by the yard was with her. So every time I go down there, she gives me stuff because she's like, yeah, I'm not using it anymore. And so, and I can't remember now. I'm sure she told me the name of the company that she bought a bunch of that stuff from. And they may have some of that stuff too.
Yeah.
But I need to contact her again.
When I recovered our lounge years and years ago, I bought the zipper by the meter so that I didn't, because it was expensive to buy really, really long ones individually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Well, and then I did buy a thing from I can't get to it, from Amazon, and it's a bag of zipper by the yard, all different colors, and then the pulls match the colors of the zipper. But you get like 2 of this color and 2 of that color. Well, I've already used up all my red ones because all the schools around here, you've got Eastern, which is red, you've got Gonzaga, which is red, and you've red and blue, and you've got Cougars, which is red. So, So Goldilocks, if they love your Sasquatch earrings, they would absolutely love the Sasquatch yarn. Look how big this is getting. This is really getting big already. You need to order some Sasquatch yarn. I'm so pleased with this. So pleased. And she put it, man, she takes beautiful pictures. And she put it on her Instagram, the pictures she put up. And she put our website on there, and she said, only available at Sasquatch Yarn. And I think she even, I want to say she even put our website on there. Oh, you are? Nice. She does such a good job. I'm so pleased. So pleased. I mean, and it was so quick. It was just boom, boom, boom. And this was figured out. And she sent me a design, and I can't wait to get more of her yarn in the store too. And honestly, it comes right down to money. I have only got so much money to be able to spend on stuff. So I got to sell some of this yarn so I can get more different yarn in.
Yep. Startup capital for anything is really hard.
Mm-hmm. That's what it boils down to. But I'm so pleased with this. And I'm going to take a tray of this. Actually, I'll probably put it in a pretty basket to the craft fair this weekend. Now, normally I wouldn't take yarn, but good. When you talk to her, Adrienne, let her know how very, very pleased I am. I'm just over the moon. And I told her, but still, it's nice to hear it again. I'm taking it to the craft fair with me. And this is the only yarn I'll be taking.
Especially if they're still working on it, people can see how it's crocheting up.
Mm-hmm. I have to decide. Okay, you guys, since I've got people's here, opinions, you guys, opinions. What other colors other than this? What color should I bring in? I don't want to bring in Halloween colors. It's too late in the season for that.
Oh, Rachel's yarns.
Yeah. And I feel like this kind of takes care of fall colors. Unless maybe I did I don't know. I was going to say a solid brown, which I would probably
Unless you did a Christmas color, Christmas socks,
I
just
could do
inside.
some Christmas ones. Yeah. Am I doing this right? Yeah. Maybe I'll do a one of those polls on my site and ask people what color they would like to see of hand dyes. What color hand dyes would people like to see? Jewel tones.
Yes, I love jewel tones.
I do too. Some emerald greens and some
Deep purples with some yellow, amethyst.
purples. Okay. Worsted, DK. I can't do all of it. So let's say I can get I was going to say one color. I'd rather have okay, what would be better? 3 colors, because you got to buy a bunch of each size. So I can get, like, I could get a blue in worsted, and I could get a green in DK, and I can get a yellow in what's
Fingering.
that? Fingering. Or I could get a blue in each size. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do we want sizes or do we want colors?
What's been your most popular size?
Well, I've
At the store?
had it for 3 days, so I don't know.
No, just generally
In the store,
in the store.
probably DK, but it's because I'm pushing that DK.
Right. I'm a DK and a worsted, and occasionally a fingering weight.
Right.
My preference at the moment would probably be worsted.
And in America, people typically use worsted unless you're a sock maker.
Yes.
And I've got beautiful sock yarn, but not hand dyed. So a variety of worsteds would probably be the best to start with. And then I could branch out to the others.
And see what sort of inquiries you get. Maybe every other person is asking for sock weight.
And I can always ask her what sells the most. But when you look at knitters, knitters that buy good yarn buy fingering.
I'm not a good knitter.
You don't buy a lot of hand dyeds.
I don't. I have some hand dyeds. I would never knit with it. Not with a sock weight yarn. That would take you forever.
Right. Because you don't make
Life's
socks.
too short. Life's too short.
Yeah.
If I was going to do it, I'd be doing it with I'd crochet with it. So much faster. Don't get me wrong, you can get beautiful items hand knitted with fingering weight, beautiful lacy stuff, but it's not my jam.
Yeah. Yep.
I used to do all the baby layets and shawls and stuff like that many, many years ago.
Yeah, Amy, I think you're right. I think DK or worsted. I think a variety of colors in the DK in the worsted. I'm thinking also, here's something else. Is Deb, she's probably gone to bed. Deb just did some socks in fingering crocheted, and they turned out fabulous. And she loved the pattern, and they're very comfortable. And I've mentioned it to a couple of people that I'm thinking, I'm going to make them up and see how it works out. And I said, I may be doing a class on them. And they're like, I would take that class. I would take that class. So, because people are afraid to crochet socks.
Yes.
So
Crocheted socks get a bad rap from they're uncomfortable. You can feel the the bumps and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So smooth.
And see, that's another thing that would make a cool sock set. Crocheted socks. So Goldilocks, Adrienne, do you do classes other than your beginning crochet? 1, 2, 3. And also because I'm an idiot.
I'm going to have to take a bathroom break.
Okay.
It's been a while.
See, we're all intimidated by the socks. I'm going to do these. I'm going to do these socks. It's right very high on my list. Possibly as soon as I finish this, because I need to have this as a shop sample. I'm going to do those socks, and I'm going to end up doing project classes. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so then how do you charge for your project classes? So what, let's say, give me an example of what a project class would be. One, two, three. Shoot, I was just gonna say something else too. Oh. And then they have to buy their own materials, right? You're not providing materials at that price. Sunflower motif bag. And they have to already know how to, they have to already have a certain level of knowledge. This is not a beginning class. And how many people do you have, would you have in a class like that? What would be your maximum? Like 6? I can see for something like that 6, where people already know how to crochet. They have to come from their skills. Okay. Seems reasonable. 6, yeah. That's what I would think. Yeah, so I'm going to do those socks next and see what I think about him. See what the skill level is, how they turn out. I mean, hers turned out really nice, but she's a very good crocheter. Much better than me. 2 joining methods. Finishing the top of their crossbody. Oh, nice. Yeah. Is that the first store we went to or the second one? I went to both of them.
I'm back.
About time.
I know. Toilet break, slice of cheese, and a new cup of tea. And I'm all set. We are good to go for another 2 hours, guys.
Actually, yes. In fact, I told Cheryl I found they had a sweater there that I want to make. It's kind of a tank sweater. And there's a stunningly beautiful shawl that Cheryl needs to make. I sent her pictures of both of them.
You send me a lot of things. I always forget.
I know.
Probably make the right noises at the time.
You did.
Which one was that?
It was, let me find it because I've taken 1,000 pictures since then. Oh, you might have a picture of this. It's this one. This is the sweater that I like that was from there. It's called the Soho top, and it's just on Ravelry. But that's the one. That's the top that I want to make that we saw.
Oh, yes.
Yep. And then
that
Cheryl's going to make this one. That's the one that Cheryl's going to make.
Yeah. I don't know that you actually sent me that one. Well, that might have been the one that you sent just after I passed out. I didn't see it.
I don't remember seeing, and I don't see any bags that I took pictures of. Those are the only 2 things I took pictures of. Darn it. So this is
picture again, Robbin. This is really pretty. Not that I'm going to knit it, but it looks really pretty.
Yeah, you are going to knit it.
Is this a shop sample?
Mm-hmm. But it's on Ravelry. You looked it up because you said it was somebody from the UK or.
Oh no, it was an Australian designer. I think I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably got it bookmarked over on Ravelry then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no way I'm ever making it. No, I like the top because it was simple, but I just love the drape of it, and it's made with Queensland's cotton. Queensland coastal cotton.
Yeah, I think that one was called Don't Panic. I think it was called, the shawl was called Don't Panic.
Yes, you're right. I can't remember the name of the sock pattern. I'll find it for you. Adrienne. Oh yeah, I spent quite a bit of money at that shop. That's where I found my book.
I noticed on the designer's page, Nina Teasdale, she said, "Thank you for helping us raise $1,825 Australian." Which makes me think she's Australian.
Oh yeah.
That's it. It's very pretty.
This was okay. So this was the lady that I had signed up to take the sock class from at a Flock Festival in Seattle. And then just as I was trying to decide if I should go or not after I'd paid all the money, the class got canceled. So then I ended up not going. It worked out perfectly. So you guys all know I'm crazy. This is not news. I'm kind of, sort of, possibly, maybe, perhaps thinking, it's rolling around in my little pea brain, to sign up as a vendor at Flock next year.
And what is Flock? Is it a sock thing?
No, it is a Flock Fiber Festival. It's a weekend at gathering. So you've heard us talking about the Yarny Social. Well, the Yarny Social is more of a gathering of people. We get together, we work on projects, it's visiting. The Fiber Festival is more of a conference, and thousands of people come and shop. And there's a few classes.
Yes.
But it would be very intense. It would be very expensive. It would be very intense.
And expensive?
And very expensive. And a lot of work.
And where is it held?
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. So not too far away.
No, not too far away. But because I'm crazy, I'm also thinking about doing the Dallas Fiber Festival, which is in Texas, which is on the other side of the country. Which is the exact same thing, same size.
Right. Well, once you've had practice at one, the second one will be a walk in the park.
Well, yes, except this is a 6-hour drive, and that's a 2-day drive. Or a flight.
You could visit relatives while you're there.
I could visit my daughter down there because my daughter lives there. And the festival is 45 minutes away from her house. So.
And what would you be displaying? Your beautiful yarns?
No.
And jewelry? No?
Yes. My jewelry, I would do my bags, my jewelry, my stitch markers, that kind of stuff.
Yes, I can see your bags doing really well. I love mine. I think it's great.
And I think they already have enough yarn. The one, because I've been reading the online comments, and the one thing that I have seen written was, there was a lot of yarn. I wish there were some accessories. And I went,
yes.
I have accessories.
Yes. Because yarn, you can get just about anywhere. And you have your favorite places to go.
It's a fiber festival. And they're bringing all these indie dyers.
Yes.
And, so you've got a room with 110 vendors, and 90 of them are indie dyers.
Yes. No disrespect to anyone who dyes their own yarn, but I find after a while they all start looking the same, and one is unless it's something really special about the fiber, they're all very, very, very similar. Like if you say an acrylic weight yarn that you get from wherever, the anti-pilling ones, the color's different, but they're all basically the same.
And you find your favorite dyer, and you find your favorite. Well, it's like Malabrigo.
Yes.
It's stunningly, beautifully gorgeous, but
And mine is black wattle yarns. I get mine from black wattle yarns, and they have beautiful colors. They have alpaca, wool, merino, silk, cashmere, all that sort of thing, all mixed up. I know their quality. They have the different weights. They don't usually do worsted though. But yes, they're my go-to place in Australia here.
Yeah, the hand dyers, they typically go with the fingering and maybe DK.
Mm. Yeah. And how long is the Fiber Fest for?
It's just a weekend.
Just a weekend?
Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm. Is it during craft season as well for you?
It would be, let's see, so Flock is the first weekend of August.
Mm-hmm.
And Dallas is a weekend in September. So no, it would work out fine.
Can't hurt to try one.
Right? The deadline to register is next month for both of them. And you have to be accepted. I mean, I might not even get accepted.
Do you know anyone who has participated?
Why, yes, I do.
Who?
She who shall not be named.
Okay. I'll find out later.
But no, I don't know anybody that I could have a conversation with.
Oh, I think I know who you mean.
Yes, you do know.
Yeah. It takes a little while sometimes.
Well, I know of somebody who knows somebody who knows
who has a cousin.
Exactly.
Brothers, sisters.
I know somebody who was a she does pattern testing. She does pattern testing for somebody who was at Dallas a couple years ago because I met her down there. And I'm like, oh, I know so-and-so. She made this because she's the one that told me about Dallas. And she's like, oh, yeah, she tests my patterns all the time. So I could maybe backdoor into her. But I don't know.
If you've got all year to prepare, then maybe...
I mean, honestly, the worst that could happen is you don't make any money. It's still going to be a great adventure, and I'm all about great adventures. I got a story to tell.
I always say that to my son as well. Like he went to a concert in Melbourne, and it was absolutely horrendous. And he was telling me about it, and I said that they're great stories. You have great stories from that concert. 30-year-old rockers who were crowd surfing and then decided to set up their take all their equipment off the stage and set it in front of on the floor where the people were, and just throwing the mic here, it was really weird. I said, great stories. You've got great stories to tell, even if it's a bad event.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, and the absolute worst thing that can happen is you don't make any money, and then you've got a tax write-off. So what the heck? The Dallas, I'll go down. I'll see my daughter, and it's a 45-minute drive to her house, so I don't have to spend money on a hotel. And then
if nothing sells, well, you've still got all that stock that you can sell.
Yeah, at the shop or online or whatever.
Yeah.
And by then, I'll have other projects. And, same thing here with Seattle. Worst case, I don't sell anything. And, and I go visit my granddaughter. So, they're not going to take away my birthday.
They're not.
I've done craft fairs before where nothing sold. So for many, many, many weeks.
Yes, I remember that. Being in the back room where there was no traffic.
Yes. Yeah, never didn't
I
even
guess
make
it's all
that
part
our
and parcel of
registration fee.
the.
We were talking about that today.
Well, lovely people, I'm going to have to go.
Oh my goodness, we've been on here for 2.5 hours, y'all.
Oh, yeah. 1:30.
Goodbye.
Goldilocks, if you will send me an email to, let me put my email up, and I'll find out the name of that. I've got it somewhere. The name of that pattern. Here's my email. Boom. And then I'll find the name. It's on Ravelry. I do know that because I looked at it.
Is
And
that
don't
the
forget
tank top?
bingo.
Is that,
Bingo.
sorry, Robin, was that the tank top that you?
No, this is the sock
yeah.
pattern. The crocheted sock.
Oh,
pattern.
okay. And you guys go back, daylight savings ends on Sunday, does it?
Next weekend, the 3rd or whatever that is.
Okay.
That Sunday. Is it the same Sunday as? Here, let me look.
Is it voting Sunday for you guys, or do you vote midweek?
Voting is on Tuesday.
Tuesdays, yes.
I don't know why it's on a Tuesday. That's an odd thing, isn't it?
I know.
I'm sure when it's all started, I'm sure there was a reason. Okay, so tomorrow I take Terry to the doctor. So not daylight savings time is on the 3rd. Yes, craft fair day.
Yeah.
So I get an extra hour's sleep on craft fair weekend. That will be nice. Except I'll wake up an hour early because I won't be able to sleep. Yes. Good night, Denise. And then election day is 2 days after that.
Right. Our elections are always on Saturdays.
That's interesting. That's the way you would think.
Because they figured we wouldn't go out if it was work. If everyone was at work, they wouldn't go out to vote. And because voting is compulsory here.
Yeah.
We do postal votes. Steve and I do postal votes.
Yeah, most of ours are nowadays. And then Veterans Day is the 11th. And I have written down, oh, dear Lord. I've got a lot to do.
It's getting to that time of the year.
Yes, don't forget bingo tomorrow night at 4:00 Pacific. What time is it for you, Miss Cheryl?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Pacific.
9 a.m. in the morning. Well, obviously in the morning, a.m. 9 in the morning.
9 a.m. in the morning.
As soon as we finish here, I'm going to the ATM machine.
Oh, good. Getting us some money?
The ATM machine. That's what the M is in ATM. It's like machine.
The what?
The ATM.
Where you get your money.
So the M in ATM stands for machine. So you say the ATM machine, you're saying machine. It's obviously time for me to go exit stage left.
Obviously. All right, y'all. See you tomorrow night. Don't forget, be there or be square.
Good night, everyone.
We didn't have Steve tonight. That's unusual.
We didn't. No wonder it was so nice and quiet.
It was so quiet. Nobody would yell at me.
No. Hold it still. Hold it higher. Bye.
Bye.